In my last video, I described a simple, basic, generic situational leadership model. But there are two sophisticated, trademarked, commercial situational leadership models on the market. One is Paul Hersey's situational leadership model, and the other is Ken Blanchard's SL2 model. Let's explore. The original commercial situational leadership model was created and marketed by Paul Hersey and Ken Blanchard. However, the two founders went their own ways in the 1990s and founded two separate organisations with two slightly different models and a huge raft of associated learning and training materials. The Centre for Leadership Studies markets Paul Hersey's situational leadership model, and Blanchard markets Kenneth Blanchard's SL2 model. I'll put links to both organisations in the description. The models these two organisations promote are very similar, but they are different. I have used both of these models in the past, and I do have my own personal preference about the way one model explains some aspect in detail over the other model. However, they are both good models, and I will describe them both equally. There is a lot of intellectual rigour behind these models, and in particular, behind the educational materials that these organisations have created to train leaders, managers, and supervisors. And since I used either of them, both organisations have introduced what appear to be excellent online and app-based learning materials, which I haven't had the chance to review. Using the proper materials and an accredited trainer is a big investment for any organisations, but the results can be exceptional. The quality of the learning will be high, and the experience is deep, which means that managers and leaders often go away from the training with the principles deeply ingrained in them. However, the cost is high, and it is usually out of reach of individual professionals, managers and leaders who want to learn these ideas for their own benefit. That's why I created a low-cost course of my own. It uses generic situational leadership materials based on my own experience and my own understanding of the principles. I'll put links to both my day-to-day leadership course and also to the video that preceded this one, which described in outline the principles that I use for situational leadership, in the description to this video. Now, back to the two trademark models. We'll look at them one at a time. Paul Hersey's situational leadership. This model starts from 4 stages of increasing performer readiness: low R1, moderate R2, moderate R3, and high R4 levels of readiness. It plots these 4 performer readiness levels onto 4 leadership influencing behaviours. S1, telling, which has high directive and low relationship behaviours. S2, selling, which has high directive and high relationship behaviours. S3, participating, which has low directive and high relationship behaviours. And S4, delegating, which has low directive and low relationship behaviours. Ken Blanchard's SL2. This model starts with 4 increasing follower development levels. D1, low competence, high commitment, the enthusiastic beginner. D2, low to some competence, low commitment, the disillusioned learner. D3, moderate to high competence, variable commitment, the capable but cautious contributor. And D4, high competence, high commitment, the self-reliant achiever. The model plots these onto 4 leadership styles. S1, directing, high directive and low supportive behaviours. S2, coaching, high directive and high supportive behaviours. S3, supporting, low directive and high supportive behaviours. And S4, delegating, low directive and low supportive behaviours. Earlier in this course, we saw how Blake and Mouton identified a number of different leadership approaches and concluded that there was a best one. However, like Fred Fiedler, Robert Tannenbaum and Warren Schmidt, whose contingency model and leadership continuum models we saw in earlier videos, Hersey and Blanchard believed that there was no one best leadership style. There was just an appropriate leadership style for a situation. Both the Hersey and Blanchard models, situational leadership and SL2, are both highly successful and important contributions to our understanding of contingency models and situational leadership. Please do give this video a like if you've enjoyed it and learned from it. I'll be making loads more great management courses videos for you, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of them. I look forward to seeing you in the next one, and in the meantime, keep learning.